So I just got off of a coaching call. I know you guys know that that is how I start all of my videos. And honestly, well, not all of my videos, but most of them. And honestly, whenever I say that, I honestly either just got off of a coaching call or it was like the first opportunity I had in between calls. Like I have my tripod and everything set up. So if a client says something, let me turn this off. If a client says something during a coaching call and I feel like it was a profound moment, or they said something, a tip that has helped them with something that they're going through, I like to share those moments with my other clients, with you guys, because I know if I got one person that's struggling to overcome something, or they've overcome something, or they've come to this realization about something, I know that there's plenty of other people that watch this channel that are going through those same things, and they might benefit from the lessons that my clients give me. So I'm going to look down at my notes from time to time because my client, I just got off, and I literally just got off this coaching call, and I've got 9 minutes before I need to get back on Zoom for my next coaching call. So my client this past week was her biggest weight loss week. Now she's been in my program now. She's going into week 5. So we've worked together 4 weeks. And although she was losing weight, she's lost a total of 9 pounds over the 4 weeks. No, she's actually lost more than that because her first weigh-in was a week before her first official day in the program. So we enrolled her in the program. She weighed herself and she was 223, I believe. And today, and I'm actually gonna open up her. Okay, so she is, I don't know if you guys can see me, you guys can still see me. On the 16th of June was when we enrolled her in the program. She was 223 pounds. Her first actual day in the program was June 19th, where she weighed 219. And then today is July 16th. She's 210 pounds. So she said that over the last week, but over the last 2 weeks, so the week of Monday, June 30th, to the week of Monday, June 7th, she hadn't lost any weight. Now that was the only week in the program she didn't lose any weight. And she was dealing with some constipation and some other stuff. So she remedied that. But the one thing she said, because she went from last week, the week of Monday the 7th, to this week, Monday the 14th, she went from 215.8 to 210.4. Now, of course, I told her that the constipation and clearing that up probably had something to do with the bigger weight loss, because if you're stopped up and you got stuff in your system, that's going to add to your weight. But that was not completely what was responsible for her lack of weight loss, because also her body fat went down 1% over the course of the last 7 days. So she did lose some fat in that process. But she said some things in our call. She said that the extra cardio was the biggest reason for her extra weight loss. Now, what we did over the week, because she was behind a week and her goal was to lose 20 pounds over the 6-week challenge. So I told her we needed to add an extra 1 hour of cardio per day, 7 days of the week. So that was her main goal last week going into this call, was to add an extra hour of cardio every day. But she went above and beyond that. She added an extra hour plus of cardio per day. She said I was always active but not working out hard enough. And she said she realized that just being active isn't enough. She said she was exhausted every day. She was exhausted by 2 p.m. She said, what did she say? Putting in more effort. She said putting in more effort was the biggest reason for her loss over the course of that week. And the thing I tell all my clients is that this is not supposed to be easy. Like, this is a challenge. meaning that it's supposed to be challenging. And the fact that, and I tell all my clients that I want you to feel like this is unsustainable, because when we have a big goal that we're trying to accomplish, 20 pounds in 6 weeks, that is going to require a heck of amount of effort. That's an average of 3.5 pounds per week. Now, she's in week 5. She's going into week 5. So she's got 2 weeks left, and she's got to now lose an average of 5.5 pounds per week. So I told her our goal over this next 7 days, we want to replicate last week. We want to do last week plus more. Now, again, this is not sustainable long term, but these short-term big goals require big effort. So I wanted to share that with you guys, that if you're losing weight slower than you would like to, like my client, she realized that just being more active wasn't enough. She was being more active, but she wasn't pushing herself. So she was like I was, vacuuming the house and doing the laundry and doing all these things. And I said, well, what if while you're vacuuming the house, instead of just walking around and vacuuming the house, what if you did lunges while pushing the vacuum? Or what if every time you go down one end of the living room, you do 10 squats before you come back? What if you do, every time you go down, you do 10 squats and 10 jumping jacks? That is thinking outside of the box on how can I turn up the intensity. So she started going to the track. She started leaving her dog at home because the dog was slowing her down. So now she said she tried to run for the first time in years, and she now remembers how difficult running is. But she went from walking to running. She went from walking the dog to speed walking. She says she was at the track and she was lapping ladies that were kind of walking slow. And she said the one thing she's noticed, and you've noticed it before, is you see those people in the gym that you see them there every single day, but they never look like they changed. They always look the same. And you might be, or you might have been, one of those people where you go and you do all the things, but there's no real progress. So she said to me, she said, I see these women there all the time. And this was the first time that she had actually put the effort into lapping them around the track a few times. And she said she was one of those women that was active, but not doing enough, not pushing herself hard enough to actually experience any change. Being active isn't enough. And what I said to her, I said, those women would need to put in twice, maybe 3 times the amount of time to get the same result as you're getting in a quarter of the time. So I just wanted to throw that out there because I thought that was really, really important, that my client realized that although she was being active and she was working out, she wasn't working out hard enough. She wasn't pushing herself hard enough. And that's why she was experiencing slower weight loss. So she said to me, she said, I want to let you know that I found my weighted vest, because that was something that we were talking about, is just different ways to make the same activity more intense. Again, the more intense an activity is, the quicker you're going to see results from it. So now, because we got to lose 11 pounds over the next 2 weeks, 5.5 pounds average per week, she is going to now do all of those activities with that weighted vest on. So I told her, when you're vacuuming in the house, put that weighted vest on. When you're doing laundry, put that weighted vest on. When you're going to the mailbox, put that weighted vest on. When you're going around the track, she's now not only going around the track, but she's also going up and down the bleachers. She has really turned up the intensity over this last 7 days, but that's why she went from losing 2 pounds a week to losing 5 pounds, over 5 pounds in just 1 week. So I wanted to share that story with you. Let me know what you think about that story down below in the comments. And if you have any questions, any comments, any concerns, leave those down below in the comments as well. And click the first link below in the description if you need help on your journey. And the two of us will figure out what we need to do together to get you from where you're at to where you want to be.